a special note, the drummer, Jeff Salima, is a Central Memorial graduate from not that long ago, we'll say. So folks, give a big, huge round of applause for the Red Line Trio as we welcome them to stage.
Well, thank you very much. That was a very kind introduction, which we wrote. So we just did a performance in the last hour, and we were just talking like, well, should we do the same tunes or should we mix it up? So we're gonna mix it up. We're gonna play tunes that we didn't play in the last hour, although maybe we would play some tunes that we did. Anyway, we're gonna start things off with a standard. We didn't play a standard in the last set, so we're going to play a standard for you. This is a tune called Like Someone in Love.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Like Someone in Love. There's a real famous version of that one by Chet Baker. Any Chet Baker fans in the room? But did anybody recognize that tune? Is that a familiar tune to anyone? A few of you? So that's what we call a standard. And you know what all that really means is it's part of a lexicon of songs, often that are written for Broadway musicals, all the way back to the early 1900s, up until the modern era, really. But most standards, I would say, are in the first half of the 20th century. And it's just a huge collection of songs that were written by great songwriters who wrote tunes for musicals. And those songs, which were the popular music of the day back in the 1920s, 30s, 40s, they have become those songs that still exist and are still explored by jazz musicians. And that's one of those tunes, Like Someone in Love. Anyway, well, welcome, and thank you for coming today and welcoming us into your school. It's a bit of a coming home experience for our drummer, Jeff Salima, as Mr. Mann mentioned already. My name is Mark DeYoung, and on the bass is Steve Shepard, and we're the Red Line Trio, as you know. So that was a tune called Like Someone in Love. Up next, we're going to play a tune that was composed by just one of our heroes, a great musician who lives in Vancouver, a guy named Brad Turner. He's one of those musicians that his talent seems limitless. He's a great trumpet player. If you ever listen to Brad Turner on his own recordings, he's a great trumpet player. He's also an amazing piano player. When we were on tour with him this past fall in Vancouver, we went to check out one of his gigs, and he was playing drums, and he's a great drummer. He's also a good singer, and he's a good composer, an arranger, an educator. He teaches at Capilano University. I mean, what can't the guy do? Anyway, so we're going to play a tune of his, and he wrote this, when we were young, pre-internet days, what everyone would do on Saturdays is watch cartoons when we were growing up, and there was this character called Underdog. He was this blue dog that was, does that ring a bell? It's probably not familiar to any of you. But anyway, it's a cartoon character. That's all we need to say about it. This is a tune by Brad Turner called Underdog. Underdog by Brad Turner. That one's a bit of a beast. What we did last session, and this is our session, so we can do whatever we want. But if you have questions or comments, I think maybe we can kind of treat this sort of as an interactive session. So we play a bit, and maybe we can talk a bit. I'm just guessing you might have either some questions about anything, like how we organize the music, or, well, I don't know, whatever. You ask me, anything that comes to mind as you're watching going, what the heck? Or not, oh, yes?
How come you don't have a singer?
I'm deeply offended.
So am I.
Wow.
She's a choir person.
Yeah, no, it's cool. In a way, that's a great question, because jazz is really vocal music. I mean, I mentioned Broadway, and all these tunes, they were all sung, and that's how people got to know them. But jazz musicians, particularly in the 1940s, started to take those tunes and make them instrumental tunes. It became another world for instrumentalists to really explore. But yeah, that's a good question. I mean, one of the things I try and work on, and have been working on for most of my career, I guess, is trying to figure out how to sing on my saxophone. So I don't have a singing voice, but I still want to communicate through music, and so my instrument is really my voice, and I would say the same for all of us, although Jeff has a great singing voice. Maybe he'll sing for you later. Probably not. Any other questions? Or yep.
So for each of you on your instruments, do you have like a favorite technique or motif that when you're like start writing a song and you see it in the music, you know it's gonna be a good one?
I don't know, Steve?
Anything written in an open string key. D minor.
Yep. I guess we're gonna have to do that one later because it makes Steve happy. Jeff, is there anything that's your fave?
No.
So either that means that he hates everything or that he loves everything. And I guess that'll have to be open to interpretation. I don't know how to answer it. I love playing improvised music. I really dig the whole exploration aspect. I like playing tunes and using that as a basis for improvisation,